السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we welcome you yet again to this series of Khushu called Let's Acquire Khushu. We have actually now started to look the flip side of the coin, which is that so far we've been talking about acquiring certain things by virtue of which we would have acquired khushu in our salahs. Now we are looking at warding off certain things, deflecting certain things, by virtue of which again, by deflecting them again, we would inshallah ta'ala acquire khushu. In the previous lecture, we talked about ensuring that when you start to pray, there is nothing around you that can distract your attention from the salah. And today, inshallah ta'ala, we are going to talk about another thing, and that is when you and I set out to pray the salah, we must make sure that we are not wearing anything that has designs or that has, brightly colored things on it, or inscriptions or some writings on the garments that we wear, because that can again distract the attention of someone praying behind us or around us, or for that matter, that can again distract our own attention from our salah, especially if we wear something really extraordinary in terms of colors or vibrant colors, so to say, or something that's written and you yourself are amazed at the quality or the kind of this costume you're wearing. While you're in the salah, you'd be looking at this, invariably. Therefore, we must not really wear something of that kind. Let me talk to you about a similar thing that happened with the Prophet ﷺ. The hadith is mentioned in the Sahih of Imam Bukhari rahimahullah. The hadith number is 373. In that hadith, the Prophet ﷺ actually, is reported to have started the prayer while he was wearing a checkered garment, a garment which has, square or checks marks on it. And the Prophet ﷺ, no sooner the Prophet ﷺ finished the prayer, he said to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, اذهبوا بهذه الخميصة إلى أبي جهم وأتوني بأنبجانية فإنها ألهتني آنفا في صلاتي. The Prophet ﷺ says to Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha that this garment actually deflected my attention from the salah. Therefore, I would like you to take this garment, this khamisa, back to Abu Jahm, or Amir radiallahu ta'ala anhu is his name, Amir ibn Hudayfa radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Take this to Amir radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and instead of this, return it to him, because he'd given the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam this as a gift. So that Amir radiallahu ta'ala anhu doesn't feel bad, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, go, please give it to him, and in exchange for it, get another kind of costume or garment that doesn't really have any such markings. So this is how careful, cautious the Prophet ﷺ was during his prayers, that something as simple for us as a checkered shirt or a shirt with straps, the Prophet ﷺ didn't quite like or didn't quite stand, because that unnecessarily distracted the attention of the Prophet ﷺ from the prayer. Now, it becomes even more important for us to ensure that we don't wear anything that has something written on it, especially, we're not even talking about the pictures of living beings, birds or other animals, etc., etc., or for that matter, Human beings, the faces of human beings these days are pretty common on t-shirts. We shouldn't wear anything like that. Neither should we wear anything that has got any writings on it. So the bottom line is, if the Prophet ﷺ could object to a checkered shirt, look at us. We've got on our shirts designs of human beings and other living creatures. We should, throw caution to wind, and we should not wear such garments that have these, the pictures of these living beings, etc. May Allah Azza wa Jal get us to acquire khushu in our salahs, and may Allah get us to realize that by wearing these things, which have got, unnecessary things written or pictures on them, we are compromising on khushu. May Allah Azza wa Jal let us never compromise on this thing called khushu from our salahs. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.